Let's do
I've
it.
been watching a cheerleading show on Netflix. There's a new one out, so I'm like, ready, let's go.
Ready, let's go. Okay, so it says that we're good.
Yeah, I think it takes a minute for it to come through onto YouTube.
Okay, hello.
Onto the YouTubes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, cool. Hello everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry, we're just setting up. Still getting used to all of this.
Oh, here we go. We've got some hellos and some comments. Hi, Catherine. Hi. Oh, Natasha, you commented. Hi, Natasha.
Yes. Hello, Karen. Thank you from the comments. Yes, hi, Rachel. Rachel.
I was just thinking how you pronounce that, Rachel. Rachel,
yeah, but you're not the person to be pronouncing.
I'm the worst pronunciator.
Like, come on.
We've got Felicity, Billy,
Felicity.
Leona.
Hey, Felicity, how's it going? It's nice to see
everybody.
you. Billy, Leona, or Leona Shopaholic. Leona, what is the last thing that you bought? Like, if you've got a name like that, you've got to back it up. And hey, Trevor, welcome. How's it going?
I'm glad you made it, Leona. I think Leona commented on one of my videos earlier in the week saying she was going to try and make it.
Awesome.
Speaking of Shopaholic, I've actually just started listening to a new audiobook. You know the Confessions of a Shopaholic. You know Sophie Kinsella.
I don't know. I'm learning from you right now.
They did a movie about it.
Yeah. I remember. I didn't see it, but I remember.
Yeah, audiobooks are my new thing now. So if anyone has any.
You can see screens at home. You don't need audiobooks. You can see screens. I'd just be like, I'll just watch it on TV. If it's a movie, I'll just be like, I'll just watch the movie.
Oh yeah, but like the movie was only the first book, and then there's like about 7 books. But I found like audiobooks is a really good thing lately because I have so much screen time with work and now with like catching up with people. After work, everything's on laptops. So I've been listening to audiobooks when I go for walks and like at night and stuff. So if anyone has any audiobook recommendations, I have a pretty broad spectrum in terms of what I'll listen to. But see, with audiobooks, there's the extra thing of it has to be a good book and the person who narrates it has to be good because you have to listen to their voice the whole time.
Yeah, so if they have an annoying voice, that's not really something that you're going to want to do, is it?
No, exactly.
I've always thought about that on YouTube. Like, oh yeah, sorry. Hello, Lois, Philippa, Leona. Oh no, we said hello. Hello, sorry. Annalise is here. Oh, Leona said, I need to pay for my Disney holiday. If it happens, I'm on a spending ban for now. Oh, yeah.
That's like, well, I was doing a whole like low buy year until I got put into lockdown. And then I was like, I need everything for my flat because I now have to live here and like stay here all the time.
Yeah. I should build my Disney castle, my Lego Disney castle, and try and set up like a Disney park in the house. That would be awesome. I know. And then we could just like make rides, like go and buy some like Raspberry Pis and like make some little rides in here. Stay Electrics track.
Oh, so Hannah wants to know what we're drinking. I've got a gin.
Oh, shocking.
I'm not all gin. I've got some tonic in there as well.
Lies.
Pure gin.
We're very unoriginal. We need to do something different next week, Karen. I have got a craft beer, like shocker. I'm drinking the High Wire, the West Coast Pale Ale from Magic Rock, which is delicious. I'm pretty sure it's Magic Rock.
I feel like you need to place me a beer order because like, I mean, I'll pay for it, but like you always pick out like all these interesting beers and bring them over to me on a Friday. So I feel like you should just place me an order and I'll give you the money for it and then I can have.
Awesome. We should see if Captain Craft are doing it then. Yeah, let's do that. I want an order. I'll send you some and we'll be sorted.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yes, please. So some people said, so the Bridget Jones audiobooks apparently are really good.
Luke and read Bridget Jones again, like, and they were saying that although some things kind of didn't sort of carry across because it's quite old now, but they still really, really loved it, and they like books and they hadn't read it for a long time. So yeah,
I think I've only seen the movies.
Yeah. So I watched it a couple of days ago. I watched Bridget Jones a couple of days ago.
Did you?
Yeah, there's just some like, I don't know. I find it really cathartic. Like it's the opening is fantastic. Like it's just when she's just sat there with a glass of wine, it's just brilliant.
It's like just one of those movies for all when you're having one of those evenings, like where you're sat with a glass of wine. So Annalise says hey. We can Rich say hey as well. I had another recommendation for anything read by Stephen Fry is good. I can imagine that. And you got a nice compliment from Annalise on your hair, which I've also already complimented, saying that it's looking very fresh.
No, second time it's been washed this week. Karen and I are both doing the no washing, or trying not to wash our hair as much as we possibly can during no washing. Okay, you're braver than I like got this morning and I was like, no, this is it, it's time. So I did wash it this morning, and so yeah, it's holding up. This is really good for me to go Monday to Friday without washing my hair. I used to do every day. So
yeah, so girls, let us know, and guys as well, if you're doing the no hair wash challenge. Let us know how long you're getting. I'm getting like just short. It's not once a week, it's like just short of once a week, so it's maybe like every like 5 to 6 days. And my hair is in great condition. Like I got it cut God, not too long before, it was when I was in Ireland, so actually no, it's a while ago, February. And even now, like, it's still looking like, you know, that kind of has that straightness, like when it's healthy. Because I've not been doing anything with it. I've just been
you're so lucky. Your hair has always been in great condition. It's
not so much now that I've put blonde through it.
Yeah, and mine's not. Mine's like nice picky split ends now that I'm fake blonde. So yeah, that's been fun. I should vlog the castle, Catherine. Yeah, I should do it. I was really gutted I didn't do it the first time. Like, I did pictures up on Instagram, and some of my really early posts are from of me building the Disney Magic Castle, but I should build it. The only thing is, when you get a Lego set, you people will know, like, when you buy Lego, it comes in these packs, and they're like, open pack 1 and then build this section, and then open pack 2. And of course, when I took it all down when we had to move house, I couldn't put it back in its pack, so I just threw all the bricks into 2 boxes. So,
oh wow!
I mean, I think if I have the instructions, it's just I'm gonna have to dig for every single brick. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a puzzle.
Like organizing it before trying to build it or something.
That probably would be sensible. But that would take a decent amount of time. So we got time now, so we can do it. We got time.
So Fiona, after your Shopaholic question, said she has purchased some jigsaw puzzles to keep her busy, and that's it. Well done for staying strong. I know a lot of people, including myself, have sort of lapsed on their low buy challenges because I've just been buying. I haven't gone crazy, but I've bought a few things.
Yeah.
So Luke and Rich said someone did a happily ever after with their Lego castle. Oh my god, no way, that's class.
How does that work? Is it like you just got some sparklers behind it?
Oh my god, and then, but like, why would you do happy ever after? Do like take it back, do some wishes, have have your little
take it back.
Going all the way. You forget.
There, that's wishes. I sang it.
Okay, Hannah has a Disney question.
Yes, Hannah's Disney questions. Come on.
Before that though, I just saw my dad's comment. It says, I'm just doing the no hair challenge. my mom cut his hair for him for the first time, like, because obviously you know, he can't go to the barber, so my mom did his hair and it's a bit shorter than normal, so he said he's doing the no hair challenge.
I'm gonna skip on that challenge.
Annalise said, washed my hair today, washed it last Friday, so it's been a full week. Well done. Congratulations. Okay, let's do the Disney question. Best ride to go on at night?
I have an answer, but I wouldn't have thought about this. And then it was either Tim Tracker or one of the big vloggers. They went on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at night at the time when whatever fireworks thing was going on at that time, Happily Ever After Wishes, and just timed it perfectly. And the video footage looks so good. It looks so good. But then I don't know, because I like the one that I loved for when we were there for Mickey's Not So Scary. Were you going to say Big Thunder Mountain?
No, I was going to say magic carpets.
Okay, yeah, the magic carpets at night. There is still some magic about the magic carpets at night.
The only problem with Mine Train, even though it's in a great place, right, because it's behind the castle, the fireworks, is that you go inside and it's very short. Whereas if you go to magic carpets at night and it's during the fireworks, not many people are really there. Like, I know we were sure there was nobody there, but like you could keep going around, so you could actually see the whole fireworks. It makes you realize though how long Happily Ever After is, and how short Magic Carpets is, because we rode it out like 10 times.
So like the other thing that I like, the other answer to this question, which I don't think Hannah's going to like that much, is the Jungle Cruise is pretty decent at night.
Is it?
Sorry. Oh, okay. So I don't really know when it comes to Walt Disney World, because I can't remember doing it that late. But there's some Disney parks around the world where they will add stuff to Jungle Cruise at night. So I remember at one point, it was Disneyland or Tokyo, they had the little piranha bit, but when you were going through sort of one of the tunnels, it would light up all these little like fireflies, and they can only do that at night. It would only happen at night. I can't remember which park it was, but it would just have very, very little differences at night. And I was like, okay, we have to do both now.
But so actually what was really good, that journey, no, Crystal Grotto, what was it called in Shanghai? Oh, we can never.
Okay, no, I've got it. Voyage of the Crystal Grotto. I think it's Voyage. It's Voyage. Not Journey to the Center of Anything.
Journey. So yeah, I think
that's the right answer. That's the correct answer. If nobody's seen it, look it up. I'm sure it's Voyage of the Crystal Grotto at Shanghai Disneyland. It's like a Jungle Cruise style boat, but like more sort of like more modern version, more fantasy version. And it goes on this little path around the castle, and you see sort of scenes from various, usually princessy Disney movies, and they will have like fountains, and it's really cool. And there's a bit where you go underneath the castle. It's really awesome.
It's a tangled scene, right, that at night you have to see.
So I actually think that Tokyo Disney's like sort of expansion that they're doing this tangled ride, and I'm almost certain that they're going to copycat that section. First of all, because you might as well copycat it because it's amazing, and secondly, I think it gave a lot of inspiration for it. So I don't know. I'm kind of holding out to see what exactly happens with that, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to do.
Yeah,
which will be great.
Yeah, because it's so good. It'd be good to have it in another park. So we've been asked for you to vlog your frustration as you try and do your Lego bit. Annalise, her daughter's Lego set for 2 weeks now. It'd be interesting to see what a dog Lego set would look like. My husband is building it step by step. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Like even like jigsaw puzzles, once you have done them, I think, and then put them back in the box, and then you try and take them all out again. And then I'm always nervous, like if I do something for a second time, I'm like, but what if there's like a single piece missing somewhere? I just don't have the confidence.
Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of a little bit like that. The major reason why I didn't rebuild my Disney Magic Castle, and I actually like sort of detached it and didn't break it completely down and took it to this new place sort of half done. But we live in such a tiny apartment that there's absolutely nowhere for it to go. So maybe when we sort everything out properly, I'll like designate some space somewhere, but there's nowhere for it to live right now.
That is true. You need to actually find somewhere to put it. It probably makes sense to do that before. So Carla says mine is Big Thunder at Paris when the fireworks are on.
Still the best Big Thunder ever. That one in Paris is the best one.
Hannah says that Jungle Cruise and
a nice poo emoji. We know how you feel about the Jungle Cruise, Hannah. Like,
we have another Disney question. If you could only go on 5 Disney attractions ever again, what would they be?
5.
Right. Do you want to go first? Will I go first? You go first.
Shanghai Disneyland, Pirates of the Caribbean. Go on.
Yes.
Okay, Journey to the Center of the Earth at Tokyo Disneyland. Pooh's Honey Hunt. I know I have 6 favorite rides, and then it's choosing that last one. Go. I will think of the last one. Go.
Okay, I will say Tower of Terror, because just love that.
Crazy.
This is kind of hard actually. Like, so they're the only rides you can ever go on again. I mean, Space Mountain has a special place in my heart, so it has to be that as well. And I have one more. Probably Splash Mountain as well, because I think Splash Mountain reminds me of like going as a kid as well, because I think I had to go on that quite a few times when we went for the first. Because when we went for the first time, Rachel was like too young for that sort of stuff, so I like would go with one parent and then go with the other parent, so I got to do everything twice.
Nice.
Yeah, she made us go on It's a Small World like about 20 times. Did my dreams.
I can't think of what's next. I don't know, like maybe my last one would be Indiana Jones or something like that, but I feel like there's a couple of other favorite rides I've got, and I feel like I'm letting myself down by not remembering them.
So Lucy said it is Voyage to the Crystal Grotto. Is that what we said?
Voyage to I don't know. Probably not. But Voyage to the Crystal Grotto, that's the one. That's the one for this.
I went on Journey to the Center at Disney Sea at night, and it was amazing. I think
Yeah. Well, did you go to Disney Sea when you were there in Tokyo?
I did, but like I only went for one day, and I feel like it was closed because
I
don't recognize it.
For a bit.
Like, yeah,
it's like a log flume style ride, but
yeah, I definitely don't think we did it because I think I remember my uncle saying that the ride was amazing, and like, is it near where is there like an Autopia or something near it?
There's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is near it, but it's where the volcano is. It's inside the volcano in Disney Sea.
It's like water. Is there water around?
There's water around that area. There is water around that area.
I remember being in that area, and he was like, "There's a great ride here, but we can't go on it." And I feel like that was it.
That's not really what you want to hear, is it? It's a great ride here. Can't go on it.
Can't go on it. It's not open.
No,
actually, I was there, and I think it was the week that Toy Story Mania opened was when I went.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh God, it's like almost 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
So
Tom says, yeah, have you watched the Imagineering doc on Disney Plus? Yes, I have. It is very emotional. Have you seen it, Karen?
I've only seen like the first part, so
yeah. So I really enjoyed it. It was very interesting because there was a number of things that by being sort of I like loving Disney that I learned from before, but it was all that old footage coming out was really quite amazing. Like I knew sort of when Disneyland opened and how atrocious that first day was and difficult, but it was that old footage that they brought out, all the stuff about the World's Fair, the Imagineering departments of the time. Yeah, it was really cool. And then I guess I knew about. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've seen all the animatronic stuff.
Like I was just about to say,
yeah.
I knew that the Tiki Room birds were the first ones, but I didn't know that they were sort of a little bit further into the project. Like before then, it wasn't so much of it. And the other thing I loved was that the humor stuff came later. Like they brought the guy who was really who brought the humor to the park in a little bit later on. And then he had said, there wasn't any humor in the parks. There was none. So like I wanted to introduce that element, and I was like, God, could you imagine Disneyland or any of the Disney parks without any humor? Like, of course, that magic would have been there, but without any humor, it would have been very different.
I can't imagine doing Jungle Cruise as just like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think there's quite a few things that he introduced there.
Oh, my dad commented Flight of Passage, and I left that off my list, but that should have been on there. What would I take out?
I do love Flight of Passage as well. Yeah. Disney Matt. So any update on my trip? Yes. So actually exactly the same situation as it is, or as it was last week, although I think we're probably a little bit further on in our decision. So I don't know how many people saw, but Tokyo Disney said that they're extending their closure time for the resort until, well, they will make a decision about when to open from mid-May. So I'm due to go towards the end of May. So I think that's pretty much a done deal now. I think it's unlikely that Tokyo Disney is going to be, or extremely unlikely that Tokyo Disney will be open for our trip. And I'm keeping the flight and the hotel where they are right now, on the incredibly small chance that we could still go to Japan and just enjoy some stuff around Tokyo. But honestly, I'm not upset about it because I was expecting it not to turn out. So if something miraculous happens and I am able to go, then fine. If not, like I'm not, it's, I've got that mentality now. So it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah. I'll give an update on mine as well in a second. Lois just said she noticed the Baby Yoda of my hoodies. That's why I was showing off my hoodie. She's binged all 4 episodes on Disney Plus. I love that series. It's so good. And then we just had a question. Do you have any Disney book? Is that recommendations? I assume Rex. Yeah.
I do actually. Yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna try and see if I can find it quickly.
Well, the only thing that I have read a few of, I think there's like more than one of Walt's like autobiography style books. I read one though that was really good. I think it's the one that they sell in Disney, and I can't remember who the author is. If anyone knows, just leave it in the comments. But that was really, really good. Because that's like a lot of the stuff that was in the Imagineering doc is covered in that book as well. So I thought that was really cool.
The Imagineering book is like a big one, right? So it's the Walt Disney Imagineering with the Sorcerer and Mickey on it. That's like the one which everybody loves. But there's a coffee table book done by it's a Scandinavian brand, and they did a coffee table book of Imagineering stuff and maps, and that's supposed to be really quite amazing as well. I did at one point have this amazing Hidden Mickey book, but I am talking about 10 years ago.
I think I've never seen one in like really Epcot that you could buy, and it would
but nowadays everyone's like blogs and apps and stuff like that, right? It's more like that kind of thing. Tokyo is a bit better. I may have my Tokyo books here. I'll let you do some comments. I'll see if I can find them.
Yeah, I'll update on my trip. So actually today we got the email. I actually literally just got the email, but I found out earlier on today that our cruise is cancelled. So I mean, we were expecting it. We were supposed to cruise on the 8th of May, I think. So we have like a Facebook group that we joined for people that are going on or were supposed to go on that cruise. So a lot of people started posting earlier today saying that the cruise was cancelled, that they'd started to get confirmations through. And I literally just checked my emails before I joined here, and we have our email. So Disney Cruise Line are offering 125% of the value in a voucher or a refund. And I think it seems like they give you the voucher automatically. And then I think if you want the refund, you probably have to contact them. But I mean, 25% is quite a lot really for like, because cruises are expensive, right? So I think we're going to go with the 125% voucher and just book onto another cruise for next year. I've already been looking at prices for like around the same time next year, and it looks like that even if we book like the same kind of stateroom that we have now that we would have had for this May, for next May, we'd still actually be in credit, so we'd get like a stateroom credit. So that's really good, like that it's not going to cost us anything to move to next year. So I think it's really good. Like I know some airlines are doing the same thing where they're offering more than 100% in credit. I think that's a really great way, like, to encourage people to keep their money with the business. I wish BA would do the same. I don't think they're offering that though. I think it's just 100% credit. So
so you still have your flight, or you've moved your flight?
Still have the flights, have moved accommodation, and now have a cancelled cruise. So the only thing that's still live for May is the flight. So just waiting on BA to cancel those. Because I think, I mean, we can take a voucher right now, but like I say, it's only for 100%. If they were offering like 100 anything more, I would probably just take the voucher right now. But I think I might wait and perhaps get a cash refund, because it just works out a lot easier. Because I think you can only book within 12 months, and I think technically we might be slightly over that for next year. So a cash refund would be better. We had another Disney. Oh, were you getting something? Did you get a book?
I found the Maps of Disney Park book. I can't find the other one. It will come back to me later, but there's the Scandinavian coffee table book, which is awesome. I need to find it. And I did actually find, wait, I have to do it there. Sorry, it's a little bit of glare. But this is one of my Tokyo Disney books. So let me just make sure that I've got this. Yeah, this is attraction and show. So that's what it says. Sorry, the angle's a bit weird. And actually this is, if you get to Japan, or you can find it online, they do one every single year. They do one of these books, and they'll do one for the stuff that they sell in the stores as well. So every single year they'll have stuff that the merchandise that they're selling in the stores, and attractions and shows for Disneyland and Disney Sea. Then it's awesome. The thing I really, really love about this book is they tend to do a lot of hidden stuff. So they will sort of show like a ride, and then they'll do like, make sure you look at this thing, make sure you look at that thing. Yeah, it's really cool. So I think it's kind of like, it's quite well known now, but in a lot of the Peter Pan rides around the world, if you stare at the London clock, the little one, as you fly over it, you can see Peter and Wendy and John and Michael land on one of Big Ben's hands, and but like you kind of blink and you miss it, or you don't know, you're sort of looking at other stuff. But I found out about that at Tokyo Disney from one of these books. If you can get that, it's called Attraction and Show, but it's actually maybe it's not. Attraction Guidebook 29 and Show and Parade. That's a nice name.
All of the things.
All the things.
So Hannah has asked, if you could have a freebie night in any Disney World hotel, where would you pick? Any fancy view? It has to. I think the bungalows at Polynesian. So you could like watch the.
I know it's like an obvious one.
It is, so it's too obvious. It's okay. Let's exclude that because that's the obvious answer.
It's too obvious.
I
really
want to go to Bay Lake Tower because I've never stayed there before, and I feel like that's got a great. Well, I know you can go to top of the World Lounge, right?
Yeah.
The view from there was amazing, but I think having like a theme park view maybe from Bay Lake Tower would be quite cool.
Yeah, I've always been attracted to Wilderness Lodge, so I feel like I would sort of end up there mostly. But I do really like the idea of. Pardon?
Do they have cabins there? Don't they have
They
some
do
like
have cabins. Actually, I would do the cabin. Yeah, like I've not done one of the cabins, and I've never like it's just not made financial sense to do it for so few people. But oh yeah, that would be nice. Actually, you do need a car though, and I'm one of these odd people that I'm absolutely fine with the Disney World bus system. The bus system does not bother me, so I tend not to get a car when I go. Karen was driving last time, so I was being driven around. But yeah, usually if I'm there with family or alone, then we don't usually have a car. So we'd have to if we went to a cabin.
We've had a comment saying I had to cancel our honeymoon to Japan. Should be in Kyoto right now. Oh, but thankfully we are going in October. I will now turn 30 in Tokyo Disneyland. Well,
I used to spend my birthdays in Tokyo Disneyland. I used to spend my Christmas and my birthdays in Tokyo Disneyland.
I spent my birthday. My first ever visit was on my birthday to Tokyo Disneyland.
Awesome!
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Oh, good. And
I was surprised.
Yeah,
it was a surprise. I think I told you. I think I might have told you the story before, but like I went over to my uncle because he was living in Tokyo training to be a teacher. He lives there now. But at the time he was just doing his training. So I went over and I was there for my birthday, and we had already decided to go to Disneyland, but just for one day. And so he asked me to pick a park, and I picked Disney Sea. And then the day of my birthday, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna go somewhere really cool," and like took me on the train, and we were like just sitting on this train for ages. And then I was like, "Oh, look, this is the same train that goes to Disneyland," but like just sitting on the train. And then he was like, "Oh, we're getting off here," and I was like, "Oh, this is the same stop as it is for Disneyland," and just still didn't get it. And then he was like, "Yeah, we're going to Disneyland."
Disneyland.
And I was like, "I'm not prepared for this."
I didn't break any eggs. That's awesome. See,
it was
thank you for saying. Yeah, thank you for the like saying that you watched the videos and that they were a huge help. I'm glad. I'm sorry you didn't get to go, but October will be amazing, and it will be your birthday. So
someone else has asked if October is a good time. So is it a good time?
So I know that there is, in very late September, there is a lot of Japanese national holidays, and I don't think they span into October. So the only thing you need to be wary of is Japanese national holidays. So shove that in Google and just find out where the days are. I don't think there are many, but I'll have a look in a minute, because the holiday for Japanese or people who work in Japanese companies tends to be quite generous, but they tend not to take it. So people will go like sort of out and go to Tokyo Disney in the national holidays in their droves. Like there'll be thousands and thousands of them. So just avoid the national holidays at all costs. And if it's as long as it's not a national holiday, it's absolutely fine. Weather will be good. It will still be hot by then, because the transition from summer to winter is so quick. It happens at the end of October into November, so it will still be hot.
Okay.
Don't be warm, like hot for the UK people.
Felicity said, "Seen, unseen Disneyland is good for hidden Mickey type things."
Oh, nice, cool. Yeah, I like to book. I like to like the apps are fun, but I did used to like having this book that I would go around Disney and try and find these hidden Mickeys. We just found loads of really cool ones. But yeah, it was a really long time ago. This book. My brother probably still has it. Stephen, if you're on the chat, you might remember the name.
Station Fly said I wish I would have got one of those for 2018. You might find it online.
Yeah, I think you probably will be able to find it online. Yeah, the maps book Felicity is so good. I actually still haven't got it. Like I still don't own it. And every time I look at it, I'm like, I need to buy this. And I think about my case, the fact that I could buy it at home. Maybe I should just get it now and just get it delivered. That'll be good.
Ivana has said, any plans to ever go to Ulvani? Not right now, but I would love to.
I haven't, and it looks unbelievable. I've done Hawaii, but it was quite amazing. Like when I was watching Luke and Rich's vlogs, and I've been to Hawaii. I went for a couple of weeks. Oddly, really crazy. I had a business trip to Hawaii, like about much longer than that. I'm like way older than that. Like, no, it was like business trip. It was like 6 or 7 years ago. I had a business trip to Hawaii, no joke. And when I put that flight into my workplace, they were like, Natasha, like, why are you booking flights to Hawaii through work? And I was like, no, this is legitimate. But yeah, so we did a trip off the back of it. And my trip was so different to Luca Rich's. I wish I vlogged it. It was just so, so different. And now I want to go back and do their trips because it was like the same place, but just completely different experience. It was just, like the film set place they went to, is it Aulani? It does look amazing. It does look amazing.
Yeah. So Karen has an Irish twang. Question mark.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I am Irish.
So that's So Karen, you're from Dublin. You're from Dublin, right?
From Dublin. Yeah. But I mean, I don't have a very strong Irish accent, so
I can hear it though. Some of my friends I talk to, and they have an accent. After a while, I just kind of like they just
forget it.
But then I suppose but I can hear I can hear your Irish accent.
Yeah.
Going to Japan for the first time in November. Hopefully all will be good by then. Yeah, I hope so too, Dylan. Love all your Japan videos. All congrats. Thank you. You inspire me to be better at my Japanese. Oh, do you know what? I need that. Thank you. Ganbarimasen actually at the moment. I'm not really doing as much. I need to stop playing video games and pick up a Japanese book. That might be a good thing to do. But it's tough. Learning Japanese is tough. I did actually think about doing some videos about that. But yeah, perhaps another time. Favorite Disney individual park globally? You can only pick one. Hannah, like your questions are Sophie's choice, you know. Like it's just picking of all your favorite children. It's still Tokyo though. It's still Tokyo Disney.
See? Land?
I think, the weird thing is if you said to me, okay, you can only go to one Disney park ever, right? And that's it. You're locked and loaded, and that's the only park. Then it'd have to be a main park, like a Magic Kingdom style park. It has to.
I think mine.
So then it would be Disneyland. But then you're just like, oh, what's your fave? Then that's Disney Sea is one of it. But I know I watched Hannah's live stream, and she was saying that Epcot was her favorite, and I was like, Epcot is fantastic. Like Epcot is just fantastic. So
I feel like Epcot is a good one. Like, if you lived locally and you had to pick one park that you could go, that it was the only park you could go to, that's a great park to go. But then I feel like if I could only go to one Disney park ever, well, then it has to be, like you say, a sort of Magic Kingdom main park, because that's really where the you get all the feels, all the magic feels. Yeah, I can definitely, considering I'm half Dublin, half Kerry, we need more proper Irish YouTubers. I've actually been watching. I started to watch some more Irish YouTubers. I don't know why I haven't been watching Irish YouTubers, but I just found somebody that I really liked, and then sort of started watching some of her friends. It's interesting. A lot of Irish people though, like that I watch, don't live in Ireland. So the girl I was watching lives in New York, although she's back in Ireland now. Like a lot of people have gone home to Ireland with everything that's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's sort of, I guess it depends on where you get stuck. There's a bunch of people from my work that they didn't get out in time. So they're here, although their family lives elsewhere.
Yeah, and like that person I watched, when she was in New York, which obviously was hit really bad. So when she came back to Ireland, she's basically booked like a random place in the middle of nowhere to live for 2 weeks before going home to her family. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's what I would have to do even if I went home, because London's worse than Dublin, I think. At the moment,
you'd have to be somewhere else for a little bit.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk, is it? And Disney question: what character would you love to meet that you haven't met before?
It's going to be a villain. It's got to be a villain. I've met the Evil Queen. I've not met Maleficent, and I know she's floating around.
Yeah,
I haven't. I'm pretty sure I haven't. And
I know Disney races are so good. Like I've met so many rare characters through I can't think of a character that I haven't met.
The races, through the marathons and stuff. Yeah, Karen's been trying to get me to do a Disney marathon. That's another sort of weird side effect of all of this stuff, is you've really calmed down about the Natasha do a Disney marathon thing, which I have been appreciative of.
Right, because there's probably not going to be like a normal run Disney race for quite a while. I think that'll be one of the last things to kind of go back to normal. So, but don't worry, I'll get you there. We will go to Disney and do a run.
The weird thing is I just don't even know if it's worth my effort to like just fight back. Like I feel like I should just accept it.
I'm
like, I'm like, okay, fine. Like let's just say it was awesome effort. It's gonna happen. Like just have to do it. I can run. I mean, I don't know if I could run right now, like, but I could run.
I honestly can't think of a character that I haven't met. Because I met.
What about characters in particular outfits? Like in a different outfit that you haven't met?
Oh, do you know what? Have you ever seen Mickey and Minnie on the Alaskan cruise? They look so cute. They're in like Eskimo style, like hoods and stuff.
No,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that would be cute. That would be cute.
I mean, like it's a lot to pay, right, to just meet Mickey and Minnie in those outfits, but you'd also get to go to Alaska on a Disney cruise.
I would really like that, actually. I think probably more than the Caribbean style cruises. I think I'd like to do.
I think that's the most popular one. I think that's the hardest one to actually book.
Yeah, it's probably mega.
So Paula said her favorite is Disneyland California.
Yeah, actually, Disneyland CA is amazing.
I assume it's California Adventure, is it? Is Disneyland CA California Adventure, or is that just Disneyland California? I assume it's California.
I'm going to take a bet that she means Disneyland California, I recken. But it is amazing. Last time I went, I still have that vlog. God, I should dig it up because I went in October and I didn't put it live.
I have to go back. I have to go back.
Yeah, I think it's like my family there as well, and I don't know. There's just this weird thing. It's the quaintness of it. I even say it in the vlog. I must say the word quaint like about 50 times every time I'm there, but it's just close together. Describes it. It is, and it's just like this really unrealistic. Or maybe it was just like in the 50s, everybody was wretchedly skinny because like there's the queues are like this, and I'm just like no. Like it's just silly now.
It's single file queuing, but you know what? That's what they need in Shanghai.
Oh my god, they do. Oh my, there are a few places where they need some single file queuing, definitely. But yeah, it's beautiful.
Favorite Disney show ever? Haha. Sorry, another hard question. Fireworks or stage show? I loved Spectromagic as a kid. I think it was. Oh,
was that the one that everyone hated, Hannah? I'm hoping I'm getting this wrong because you can't know, because there was one where everybody was like,
was that like the nighttime show that came before?
No, it's a different one. It's a different one. God, you have me going there. There was one parade, and somebody can shout of it if they remember it. But that when they changed it, there was a parade that was going for years and years. It might have been Electric Light. I'm not too sure, but they got rid of that. I don't know. Actually, maybe it was Spectromagic. I think it was the one that came after Spectromagic, and they replaced it with one that they tried to make a party out of it, and it was very sort of floral. And they drove it into a particular place, and then it stopped, and the music was bad, and then the parade people would just dance, and people didn't get it because it was like it wasn't a parade, and they were sort of sitting there just watching this one dancer dance continuously.
Kind of like what they do with the move it, shake it thing.
Move it, shake it. No, it was their nighttime parade. It was like the thing. Can we have parades? Fireworks, so Spectromagic. Is Spectromagic a show, or is it parade?
No, she said it was a proper parade.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the nighttime parade that went like that's
Electric Light Parade.
And they had it in Disney World.
Yeah, they moved it. They moved it like back and forth. That's like the first nighttime parade, right? It was 1971. It was 1971. It opened at Walt Disney World, right? I'm pretty sure it opened Walt Disney World. I don't know if it existed before then. And then it ping-ponged between the parks. Like it goes to Disneyland and then it goes back to Disney World and it ends up in a museum at some point, and it went on a tour. I think it went to New York once. I think they drove it down some streets of New York. Yeah.
So I love that music. I love coming into that kingdom and like that music is playing and
yeah, that's good. Yeah. If parades are in this, then Tokyo Disney's Electric Light Parade is hands down the best one. If it shows though, that's tough. Like I liked a few original shows at Tokyo Disney, like Into Shadowland. I'm a Fantasmic fan. I know we're different on this one, Karen.
Yeah.
Like I like a bit of Fantasmic. I
feel like if I could watch any show ever right now, it would be Wishes.
Wishes.
Yeah, I just have a lot of like.
I'll be over in Fantasmic getting that. So if we go to Disneyland and you can stay, because the Disneyland fireworks show, people from Disneyland, Paula, you were talking about Disneyland earlier. Okay. So the Disneyland fireworks show is very similar to Wishes, right? Like it's the one that's still happening right now. It's very similar.
Yeah, I don't know if that was on, because when I was there, the castle was like behind the boards. There was no castle. I didn't see the castle. I don't think they were running that show when I was there. They just had like the one on Main Street, Mickey's Magic Mix or something.
Okay. Yeah, I did see a Wishes show of a couple, not last year, the year before, and not a Wishes show, fireworks show at Disneyland, not last year, year before, and it was, the song was very, very similar. The whole experience felt very similar.
Oh, so the comment, I went to Animal Kingdom opening year. The memories I have of my dad are irreplaceable. Oh, I love Animal Kingdom.
The chat. Just go for it. No, well, maybe no copy pasta, but like apart from that, you can go for it. Don't like taste like the first volume.
Disney Matt wants to know what Disney parks haven't you visited? So that, I think it's the same for both of us, right?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is the only one.
Annoyingly, I've been to Hong Kong a couple of times, and it's been for work each time, and it's just not been time to go out there, and I really, really regret it now. I think I don't know if it's different. When I was in my mid-20s, like sort of traveling around, I guess I was going through this stage of trying to be a little bit more grown up, and like, oh, I don't need it, like I'm in Hong Kong, I'm gonna drink with my friends and like go to all these cool places, and I regret it, because I kind of like, I wanted to go and I didn't. It was silly. And I think YouTube is a really good thing now, because it kind of just gives you that reminder that you can still do those things. You don't need to be 7 years old to go to Disney. You can still I could be 27 to go to Disney. And so
I think it's around that age, like with work trips as well, you kind of feel like you should be like with your work people doing your work social things, whereas I think you do, like when you get a bit more mature in the work environment, you're like, sod it, I'll just leave them and go to Disney.
Like one of my things and I like one of my things about aging. So I just growing up, like I care less now what people think. Like at that point, I was just so like completely obsessed with what everybody was thinking, and I'm just like, I mean, there's a YouTube channel. I'm going to Disney. I'll see you guys later. Like you can come if you want, but like that's up to you.
I was saying I didn't like the parade they had at Disneyland California last year. Was that the daytime parade? I actually thought it was okay. I loved the there was chimney sweepers. They were really cool. The whole Mary Poppins theme was cool, because they were on like horses, like like on a carousel, but they like they're motorized, and they were going like up and down, and then there was like chimney sweepers. Like it was really cool.
With Disneyland, they have a bit of a problem because it's so narrow. Again, it's quaint. So like I think the Main Street is so narrow that they can't do those massive floats that they can get away with in the other parks. So I was interested in this new one that they've just done. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head. There's magic in there somewhere. Right. So like, it looks amazing. And hello, Archimedes the owl from Sword in the Stone is in it. Like what? Like it's like
they have like good Moana floats, I think, as well. Oh, that looks so cool. I watched it live on Instagram before it came out, but I think I haven't watched it since. I don't tend to watch things that I haven't already seen, if that makes sense. Especially if I think there's a chance that I'll get to go see it in person, I try not to.
You're very good at that. I'm just like, YouTube, go.
So like, which was great when we went to Shanghai, right? Because then I went on Pirates and I was like,
that was good. I can say that, and like 100%. Like I didn't think it would have been even crazier if I hadn't seen it. But that ride I had seen on YouTube, and even so, like I was still there. I remember like just like the whole way around, and I just couldn't after I get off it, I couldn't compose a sentence. I couldn't believe it. It's just phenomenal.
Remember, I was so sick as well that first day, and because remember we wanted to play heads up and everything in the line, and I was like, Natasha, I can't talk. So I kind of just like nodded and let you talk, but then we went on that ride, and I remember that just like really. Because when you feel a bit sick, you're just like, oh God, like I feel sick and I'm on holiday. I went on that.
Oh my God. It was hot. Beautiful ride.
Someone said, Phantasmic makes me almost cry every time I do not cry. Oh, so it tugs on the heartstrings.
I don't know, there's just that, it's the bit where Mickey appears at the top. Like, I'm just like, then I lose it. I just full on lose it. So it's just
I don't know what it is.
perfect.
That one I like, but it doesn't have like that sort of like heart tug for me. I
Yeah,
think
fantastic.
it's like a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think there's like what Disney's like some Disney special sauces in the nostalgia, right? And Fantasmic, I can't remember the first time it came, from 1995 or something like that, the first one. But I remember when it was brand new, and I went pretty early in Disneyland to see it. So I think it's just stuck it out. Like the Electric Light Parade, it's just stuck it out for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so.
Carla said she's
opening date 92.
Carla said she's been to Hong Kong Disneyland twice and loves it.
Yeah, I really should. Dean, I think. Dean, hey.
Does Disneyland have a Boo to You parade like Walt Disney World? Does Tokyo?
I believe it does. I have been to Tokyo Disney around that time, but not for a Halloween party. But I believe it has a Halloween party, and I also think its cosplay day is during that time as well. So they have a day where they allow people to come in dressed in full character outfits, and I think it's during that time as well, because it makes sense. I think, but you need to look it up. I believe they have a parade. They have a special event. So yeah, look it up. They do.
Actually is amazing. That pulls on my heartstrings. I love.
Yeah, Boo to You is awesome. They do a really good job with that. Really good job.
So good. I don't know what they're going to do when they replace that. Like, I just can't imagine ever replacing that parade. Like that music is just iconic.
I think that'll be one of the sad things. So I think that's one of the reasons why I love Tokyo Disney's Electric Light Parade so much, because they kept the Electric Light Parade music. They were just like, see what you've done over there. Like, like the music. You need a little bit of zhuzh. You need a bit of like Japanese tech, right? And there's just like, here you go. And they keep adding floats. Like there was a few years ago, they added some floats in there. And so yeah, it just gets better and better. It's perfect. The small world bit at the end, Luke and Rich will tell you as well. Small world bit at the end.
Yeah,
that's the bit. That is the bit.
A slightly off Disney question: what is your favorite anime of all time and current favorite? That's gonna have to go to Natasha.
I've got a really weird current favorite. It's a really weird one. Really weird. So my favorite anime of all time is Cowboy Bebop. It's got to be Cowboy Bebop, which is, if people don't know, if anyone saw Firefly, the American TV show Firefly, it's a little bit like that in a sort of weird way. They're kind of space cowboys, but it's a classic and it's amazing. And then anything in that same sort of genre kind of gets to me. Samurai Champloo, stuff like that. The current anime I'm probably watching the most of, actually not embarrassing at all, is Chibi Mariko-chan. It's a one for kids, and it's a sassy little Japanese girl growing up in the 70s. And actually the author of the original manga died recently, which is really sad. Not coronavirus, which died last year, but it was just an amazing piece of work and kind of a snapshot of Japan during that time. She lives in Shizuoka. It's beautiful, and she is sassy. She is a really sassy little kid. It's really cool. So if you have recommendations for anime, especially sci-fi anime, I'm here for those recommendations. I love a bit of sci-fi anime.
I did go see an anime movie once in Somerset House. I think it was Princess Mononoke.
Mononoke, yeah, it's
really
one of Liam's favorites. Yeah, that whole the people who produce that anime, Studio Ghibli, do amazing stuff. So Spirited Away is another one. And
I've seen that too.
Yeah, that's
my friend really likes all of that. Who did you say it was that produced
Studio
it?
Ghibli. Yeah, Studio Ghibli. Actually, yeah, the Studio Ghibli art here. So that's one of my Studio Ghibli posters. Actually, my only Studio Ghibli poster is that one. I have watched Attack on Titan.
That have commented on your let's not care about being worrying about what other people think about going to Disney and being crazy about Disney. So there's a lot of agreement with that.
With us.
I don't watch the ride parts of vlogs. I haven't done because that's true, Carla. That's the same with me. I don't watch any videos, any spoilers. I have been avoiding everything Rise of the Resistance related because I don't want it spoiled. And Nathan jumped on. He said, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Was finishing off the Lego castle. We were just talking about it.
We were talking about that, Nathan.
The Lego castle. Before you came on, Nathan."
That is acceptable in here. That's all good.
Nathan, is it done? Have you finished it?
Yeah, stick a picture up. I want to see it.
I know he was doing he's uploading some videos, like time-lapse videos. When I got off Pirates, all I could say was, we're riding it again.
Yeah.
So true. It's so good. Yep. I just like, they need to build it somewhere else as well. Because I can't ride it enough as what I would want to, because I wouldn't go back to that park as much as other parks. So it's like, I need it to be somewhere else. Like if it was in Tokyo, great.
Yeah, language barrier. Also, you need a visa to go to China, and I know there's like lots of places where people live where they need visas constantly to travel to some places, and that must be a pain. It's expensive. It's like £70 for a visa every time you go over there. You can get multiple entry, but even like then it kind of racks up. So yeah, I know it's a tough sell to make it as like that you would go so often to that park as you would do to others.
Annalise says she watches all the on-ride videos and searches everything about them before she goes, because it eases her mind. Then she knows what's coming. I know a lot of people do that.
They do, and it was one of the best things I saw. I was listening to a podcast, and the woman was saying about one of the best tips for kids if they're scared about rides, because most of it's anticipation. They don't know what's coming, and so they just start to freak out. And so their parents are make you watch this YouTube video, but they're like sort of asking them to watch this YouTube video, like hold your face, eyes open. And so they know like what to expect in different parts, and then the kids are like, yeah, cool, okay, I'll go and ride it. So yeah, it's amazing,
especially if something's not scary. I mean, I probably wouldn't show a kid like the ride of Tower of Terror or anything, because that might just freak them out. But yeah, for like rides that actually they might, things like Pirates of the Caribbean that could kind of seem scary when you look at the theming of it. You kind of want to show them so they know it's not scary. My dad commented and said we were both in our 30s when we went to Disney for the first time. More excited for it now, 20 years later. Be a kid all your life, why not? I think I definitely get that from my dad. And like, I'll never forget, right? It was like it was the year we did Dopey, and I was at Walt Disney World with my dad, mom, and Rachel. And I just remember the first day, and this is always like one of my favorite memories, because I feel like that's so true to say that you could be a kid at any age. And obviously my dad's older than me and I'm a grown adult. And we were like up in the morning. I think Magic Kingdom was open something stupid like 7 a.m. because it was just after New Year's. It was like, it would have been not the day after New Year's Day, so like the 2nd of January. And we were up at like 7 o'clock, super early, going to the parks. And like my dad was so excited, like probably more excited than me and Rachel. And he was just such a child. Like we were like, we got to the park. He'd come in a t-shirt. It was January. Me and Rachel, we were like walking towards the bus or whatever, because like the bus was due. And me and Rachel just like looking at Dad, like, and he's in a t-shirt, and we're like, Dad, like it's cold. He's like, oh. So we got there, and you could only go in the boat. You couldn't even get the monorail, so we had to get the boat over, and it was freezing. And my dad had like a t-shirt up around his ears. And we got there, and we like went on a few rides, and we were going past the Little Mermaid, and there's Triton with his fork, like standing like this, and then there was his fork. And then there was a cast member like sweeping, like doing some sweeping, and then he stood beside Triton and like was holding his sweeping brush. And then my dad came over, and then my dad was doing the pose with the sweeping brush as well. And it was like, it's one of my favorite memories. And it's like, I always think about that when I think of like adults just being kids at Disney. And like that was obviously 2 generations, like me, Rachel, and Dad, and he was probably the biggest kid out of a lot of us.
I love it.
Okay, we've got some more questions. TGR Explorer has really comprehensive vlogs and info on Halloween in Tokyo.
TGR Explorer is amazing. Yeah, it's a resource. Like there's so many resources on his website. It's just phenomenal. It's so fantastic. So yeah, TDR Explorer, if you're doing trips to Tokyo, just extremely reliable source. Really cool.
And then it says, do you ever go to UK theme parks?
Do we go to UK theme parks?
I had never been to any of the UK theme parks until I moved here, and I've been to Thorpe Park twice now. I actually would be due to go again now, because I've gone with some other YouTuber friends in April, like around the time it opens, the last 2 years, but obviously it's not open, so I'm not going this year. But yeah, I've been to Thorpe Park twice. I've never been to Alton Towers.
There's a big difference between Karen and I, in that Karen really, really, really loves fast rides, and I'm not so great on the really fast rides. And UK theme parks really love fast rides.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Like they're
It's
great
just
rides for me.
like they better themselves. So it's like they put in this amazing roller coaster, and then a couple of years later, the competitor theme park will put in another one, and they just like play off each other, like releasing crazier and crazier rides. And it's just not my deal. So no, I don't usually go to UK theme parks because of
be a
that.
little bit afraid to come with me to Thorpe Park because I would
No,
probably.
I think I would be an extremely useful bag holder. So I can eat
I was
snacks
very
and I
impressed
can carry
though.
bags. Yeah, so it's
I wasn't expecting Thorpe Park to be as good. Oh my god! So my dad has just WhatsApped me the picture. Oh my. Okay, I will share this picture over on Instagram.
Yeah,
and it's my dad with a t-shirt up around his ears on the boat, and me and my sister with a jumper. I'll share it on Instagram. You guys can check.
That's amazing. That's quick. That's very resourceful. Like if you ask me to find a picture,
I'll share it now in case any of you guys have your phones out.
Cool.
So, hey, Eric, how are you guys doing? We're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good. Actually, I am doing very good. Like day to day, I'm doing pretty. This is pretty. I'm not going to say normal. It's not normal. There was a few things recently. I was like, okay, now this is a little bit tougher, but I can't compare like my situation to other people's situation. It's just different. We can still work from home. I'm playing a lot of video games. I've got a lot more time to do things. I haven't seen massive negatives actually, but I'm kind of a home person. I can stick it out here for a really long time and be quite happy. The only thing is I am getting a few sort of headaches related to like being inside of it. I just need less screen time and a little bit more sort of sunshine, and we don't see a lot of sun in my apartment because of the way the building's shaped and stuff. We got like 2 hours of direct sunlight a day, and they're mostly when I'm asleep. But apart from that, fine. So I can't complain.
I'm actually really glad that the weather is nice. I know we're like stuck inside apart from like the 1 hour a day, but actually having that 1 hour in sunshine has been amazing for lifting my mood. And also like just having a bright apartment. Like I've got really big like door windows things, so I get a lot of light in, and that's been really good just for kind of, even though I'm inside, making me feel like it's, I don't know, like my place is bigger because I can see out.
And it's just brighter, so you're still getting that vitamin D, right? So, or like, so you have to be in direct sunlight to get vitamin D, I think. I don't actually know how that works. Again, no medical stuff from me. Don't believe anything medical I say. Or double check it, triple check it. Yes, Cowboy Bebop is life. Exactly, it's true. Do you guys accept anime recs through DMs? Yeah, I will happily have anime recommendations through DMs. Please do send. Jeannie, I'm guessing Jeannie and Natasha. Have you seen The Promised Neverland? Neverland. I've not seen it. Movie, TV show.
Oh,
a nice piece of art.
I'll let you. You want me to read some questions? Nathan said his castle is done. I'm just about to post a photo on Insta story if you want to see. Yes, please.
I want to see it, Nathan. Come on. I was waiting. I was looking.
So Annalise says, Karen, can your parents adopt me? My parents do not understand my love for Disney. I'm so lucky that I have those, like, that my parents are as sort of excited about Disney as I am. But like, I think I mean, for me, I have a boyfriend that's not so into Disney, so it's great.
You get one, you don't get both.
Yeah, that win all around. Well, no, in fairness, that's probably harsh because he hasn't been as an adult; he's only been as a kid, and we are going to go together at some point, in the near future. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm just so lucky, and it's worked out so well because I don't live at home anymore. That I can have these Disney trips with my family, so I get to not only see my family, but yeah, obviously it's Disney and I love Disney, so I appreciate how lucky I am with how that's all worked out for me. I went to Hong Kong Disney with my dad. We went for half a day and pretty much did the whole park. He indulges me. We went. That's how I feel like it's going to be with my boyfriend. I feel like he'll indulge me. But I don't know if he'll be as crazy.
I kind of felt like that because I booked that massive trip with Liam, and like we were there for like 16 days or something. And I don't know, we sort of like all the time I was like, "You're having a nice time." I was so worried, like, "You're having a nice time. You're having a nice time. But like I genuinely, and I look back on the videos, I genuinely think he enjoyed himself. And it was such a long trip, and it was expensive for two of us, and so I'm really happy that he had a good time. But I was very nervous, and I think he would go back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I sort of had to ask that question. Like, are you sure? Like, it's an expensive trip for somebody who doesn't have the passion for it. It's a lot to ask, right? If
Yeah,
somebody's so much money for a trip. We have Griswold Family Vacay. Hey, everyone from Oklahoma.
hey,
Hello.
Oklahoma.
Hey, Oklahoma. Hope you're all doing well over in
I want
Oklahoma.
to go. Never been to Oklahoma. I'd like to go.
So many places I want to go. Natasha, do you have a Prince Charmant? I thought the question was gonna say, Natasha, do you have a Prince Charmant? I read it wrong. I don't know what that is. I assumed it was something anime or something that I don't know.
Charming, I do. He's playing video games down there, which is my version of a Prince Charming. Somebody who plays video games. Make sure your elbow cough, right? So the elbow cough thing, don't do this. But like, I just always think of a vampire when people do it, like, like like vampires do, like, I want to suck your blood, and I'm just like, I feel like it's. So my brother calls it the vampire cough, like, and every time I sort of go, yeah, it's a weird thing in our house. Don't do that again, because you don't want to cough your like stuff and then like spray it. That's not the point. But yes, the vampire cough. Vampire cough is the elbow cough / vampire cough. Disney has no age restrictions. Exactly.
So true.
My dad, as soon as Disney Plus was straight on for the log on, and he texted that we'd watched Lion King 3 times on the first day. I was seeing Bear Room 3 times Lion King. Wow. I'm guessing you meant like the original Lion King, not the remake. But I have not seen the remake, actually. I feel like I need to do that. That's on there. I feel like I should do reaction videos for live action Disney, because I've not seen many of them. So I feel like
we do have some people have checked the MK pic that I just put on Instagram. I've just put the second one on now as well, of the cast member with the fork, well, with his dustpan brush. I've just put that up now if you want to check that out. Lois says, I'm not very good with super fast rides either, but I do love Alton Towers. The ruins and the grounds are beautiful.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a shot at one point. Scared.
Right, I do feel like if you don't like those kind of big, fast roller coaster crazy rides, Thorpe Park is not really a great place to go.
And it's always an opportunity cost, because you're just like, if I'm going to go, because I live in like Thorpe Park's up north, isn't it? By Manchester? It's up that way, right? And I just like, it would be a whole weekend for me to get there and do. And so I'm just like, yeah, it's just an opportunity cost. Trying to work out where it's worth the money and the time. It's one of those things. Carla just looked at him. Oh, yeah, you're looking at Karen's Magic Kingdom pic. I'm going to take a look in a minute. And Nathan would check it. I'm trying to look.
Oh, yeah, Nathan. I'll see your picture. I'll check it out.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And it's done. Wait. Ta-da.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Very good. Very good.
So cool, Nathan.
You want to see the inside on Nathan Staker's his Instagram account, you can see it. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I want to rebuild mine now.
So like, what I was saying before about, like, I'm not like my boyfriend, I think we'll have a nice time if we go to Disney, but I feel like I've exposed him to part of my like craziness, like my Disney craziness, obviously, because I'm obsessed. I love it so much. But I feel like if he came over to my flat and I had a giant castle built out of Lego, I'd just be really interested to see his reaction. And just like, if I just didn't say anything about it and it was just there as like a centerpiece, I just think it'll be quite interesting. I feel like, because I'm kind of like you kind of have to drip feed it in, right? Like, just like give them a little dose of the crazy every now and then like over time they realize the extent of it, but it's not just like one big wham.
I don't know. There's so. I think there's so many different ways that you can do, especially a Walt Disney World holiday, for different people. That, I mean, we were talking last time about you doing deluxe dining plan. You can really just take that Disney and take like that becomes a culinary tour kind of vacation, right? Yeah. And so but then somebody else can go and just be doing all the Disney kids stuff, and so it'll be a completely different trip.
It'll be a totally different trip to go with him than like with Rachel, because or with my mom and dad. I yeah, totally. And we're very big foodies, so like that's where that will work out really well, having like deluxe dining, going to all the restaurants. So Annalise said, my husband wasn't into Disney either, but he's sometimes more enthusiastic than me. Must be nice to have a Disney family as family connections. Oh yeah, and have all the memories. Yeah, definitely. But Hannah said, can we all get drinks together when we are allowed out? She had to go to a house party.
Yeah, enjoy it. Actually, that is probably a good cue. We can probably close up soon as well.
Oh, so yeah. So if you have any last minute comments, get them in. We'll try breeze through the rest of them. Oh, by the way, when I said Hannah's gone to a house party, I assume people realize it's the house party app. To a house party. Because, David says, when are you going to upload your visit to Disneyland earlier this year? I walked past you.
Oh, okay. I will try and start, like, whilst we're in quarantine, I'll do that. I was a little bit worried just because it's a little out of date and stuff, and I actually at one point I was considering not doing it at all, but I should do. So give me a little bit of time, give me 2 or 3 weeks or something. I'll try and get it up.
When, Natasha? When? I can guarantee you it'll be at some ungodly hour.
Do you know what? I'm getting better. Like I try not to put too much pressure on myself for like putting vlogs out at particular times, because I just know, like, if I say it's going to be Wednesday at 5, like, it's just not. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
So the vlog is never going to be up on Wednesday at 5.
Yeah, no. It's just not going to happen. But like, can I just say, for 3 weeks running, granted, we have been in quarantine, isolation, whatever. I have done Monday at 7 a.m. I have 3 weeks running. This is legit progress. Legit. So I'm not like going, it's going to be Monday at 7, because I don't want to, because I will break it. So, but at the moment it's most likely Mondays at 7. Most likely 7 a.m.
So Lois says yes to reaction vids for live action Disney films. So there you go. And Elise, I think, says hello from Southern California. Hello. Natasha, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Is that Elise?
Yeah, Elise or Elise. But yeah, I have cousins in Southern California. They live in Irvine. So I know areas relatively well. It's a big place though.
My dad has said, don't think it'd last through an Arsenal game. I think he's talking about the castle, because Jason has some very elaborate celebrations. Yeah, like, I mean, and there's no control over it, like, and then it's like he kind of comes down from it, and then it's like, oh,
what's broken? What did I break?
What did I do? It's like, like your man, what's his name, becomes the Hulk, and then, like, comes back from it, and he's like, oh, like, what happened? It's kind of like one of those moments.
Brilliant.
Hello, I've just remembered. How late am I? Oh, Corinne, very late, I'm afraid, because we're about to come. But it's nice that you came.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. Nathan Sport Park is down south, just off the M25, not far from Heathrow. Nathan, I know I'm one of these awful Londoners that don't. Well, actually, if it's just off the M25, that's not too bad.
Did you ask where Thorpe Park was?
No, I didn't. But like, I think Nathan's point is that I was like saying I ain't going all the way up north to go to Alton Towers. I could legitimately take a train from here to Thorpe Park.
It's very easy to get to. I've gone on the train when I went the last 2 times. Mark says, I was unfortunately really bad at my quiz night. I was the winner of the losers.
Oh, brilliant. That's like, you still won something, Mark. Yeah, so like, that's the point, right? So
we got Elisa's name right. Yay.
Woohoo! Have a good night. Thank you so much, Rachel. The Maps book is fun to read through. Michelle, you're right. I need to buy one. Corinne, no.
Nice. Set your alarm for next Friday at 8, and we'll see you there.
Next Friday at 8. On my on Karen's channel. And that is it. Are we actually, I'm not too sure, but yes. So that's everything. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. And we will be back next week on Karen's channel at 8 p.m. UK time, which now really rather inconveniently, we are now GMT +1. So it's 7 p.m. GM. Is that right? 7 p.m. Yes, because we are +1. Yeah, so it's 7 p.m. GMT. It's UK time, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Put it into the time
Google what time is it in London, and you'll find out.
Do that. Trust Google, not us. Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Said Park was up near Birmingham.
What? Oh, did I? Yeah, Alton Towers.
Yeah.
Anything higher than me is like north. I'm one of those people. So just all there. just I need to get better at my own country's geography. All right, cool. 4:30 in the morning. Felicity, you're a hero. You're an absolute
my
hero.
God.
Yeah, please get some sleep for the rest of the day. Cool. All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you guys so much.
Have a great day, evening, whatever you're up to. Enjoy video gaming, Final Fantasy VII, anime, Disney, Imagineering, anything. Cool. All right. I'll see you all later.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye.